purpose of this demonstration is to show how we can create a batch after a certain time period has expired. In this case, we want to create a batch every 30 minutes. So first of all, let's take a look at our trigger timer. Up here we have a trigger entity coming in every 30 minutes into our timer activity. And our timer, notice, doesn't have any time specified. The only thing we're doing in this timer is we're setting a variable called vgo equal to a value of 1. So basically all this timer is doing is saying, hey, it's been 30 minutes, set the variable equal to 1. Then down here where we're actually doing our work unit is going to be coming in every 6 minutes. That could be whatever you want. I just picked 6 minutes for purposes of the demonstration. When we come into our buffer, we're going to, the very first thing we do is execute this logic, which is going to increment a variable called vBatchSize by a value of 1. And then we're going to wait until the variable vgo equals to 1. Now, initially, when I created the variable, let's go back to our variable definition, I give variable vgo an initial value of 0. So the first time this entity comes into the buffer, vgo is equal to 0. So it's going to wait until something changes vgo equal to 1. And again, the place that happens is up here in the timer. So vgo equals to 1 right here in our timer, and that happens every 30 minutes. But it doesn't happen until 30 minutes have expired, or we're 30 minutes into the simulation. So from time 0 to time 30, that variable is going to equal 0, because that's what it was set to initially. But after the first arrival, which is 30 minutes, it's going to set that variable equal to 1. So now that our variable vgo is set to 1, this condition becomes true, so that will release the entity to go to the next portion of our buffer. And the next portion is to create a batch. We could do any of these options here, but we're going to select batch, and then we're going to create a batch according to the variable vBatchSize. And then remember, back in our logic, every time one of these work units enters the buffer, it's going to increment that variable called vBatchSize. So let's say we had 5 entities that were in here waiting for vgo to become 1. Then that 30-minute time limit has expired, so vgo becomes 1. And we then have 5 entities in our vBatchSize variable. So that's how big the batch is going to be. Then we just exit out. And when we exit, we say vgo equals to 0, so that no more work units can get past that logic and try to create a batch size. So we're going to stop the entities from coming in, and we're going to reset the batch size to 0 so that it doesn't keep adding to the previous batch size. It starts from 0 and starts incrementing again as new entities come in. That's it.